What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Combat Sports Media YouTube channel. And in this video, we're going to be talking about breaking down and giving out a prediction for the upcoming lightweight, undisputed lightweight bout between Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos Jr. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, I am in a, we talk about fights and combat on this channel. Well, there is actually very few places in the world to make a fight prediction video than where I am right now. Right now, I'm in Castillo San Cristobal. Now, speaking of fights and battles, some epic ones happened here. The Spanish built this place in the 1700s, but there's a fortress. There's a fortress all the way over there that was built in the 1500s. We're gonna go to that another day for another video. Now, the purpose for both places was to serve as a defense system to oncoming attackers in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Everybody tried to attack Puerto Rico through here, through right here. This was the main place. Sorry about that. That was some shitty camera work by me, but yeah. The Portuguese, the Dutch, the English multiple times, all tried to attack the shit out of this place in attempts to take over the island from the Spanish. Many times. Finally, in the Spanish-American War in the late 1800s, the Spanish succumbed to the U.S. and were forced to give this place up to the U.S. But speaking of fights and battles, some fucking epic ones happen here, man. Major bloodshed. Major sacrifice. A lot of fucking shit went down here, man. A lot of fucking shit. And we ain't talking about like Robert Guerrero versus Mayweather kind of fights, or we ain't talking about no fucking Shakur Stevenson fight. We're talking about real deal shit right here. So, let's get to the topic, actually. I'm gonna walk over here so you guys can get a nice view of the ocean and the view. And I'm gonna stop moving the fucking camera around, so. Okay, so let's get to it. We got the undisputed lightweight championship bout between a Spartan warrior and an Inca descendant. I could be wrong. But anyway, George Kambosos earned his shot through the IBF rankings. All right, he has wins over guys like Mickey Bay and Lee Selby, who aren't elite lightweights by any means, but they're more than serviceable. And Mickey Bay at one point was definitely world class. I'm sure you guys remember the fight between him and John Molina about 5 years ago, where he was winning the fight seemingly comfortably, and he got knocked the fuck out towards the end of the fight. I believe it was the last round, actually. Now, Kambosos come straight at you. And he is a pressure fighter. He comes at you in a straight line. Now, he doesn't rush at you. He's very measured. And he's got some good boxing skills, actually. He's a thinker. You know, he doesn't, as I said, he just doesn't rush at you. He applies head movement. He applies a jab. And he's working his way straight to you. And he's consistently applying the pressure, although he might not be a Marcos Maidana type of pressure fighter. Marcos Maidana is a pressure brawler. Kambosos is not a brawler, although he can brawl if he chooses in spots. What he likes to do is he likes to keep coming forward, using techniques like little head movement, feints, a jab. Even though his jab may not be the best, I like the way he uses it, and he employs it a lot. And so he's always applying that subtle pressure, and he's always working and trying to make progress and break you down. In this fight, he's definitely not going to be the sharper fighter. He's not going to be the sharper fighter. Teofimo is definitely the sharpshooter in this fight. Now, Kambosos, for those of you that don't know, he's probably around 5'8", and his reach seems pretty relative to his height. So he's got like regular size for a lightweight. Here's the definition of a true lightweight in this day and age. Kambosos is also seemingly mentally tough, even though we haven't really seen him in a desperate situation. We haven't really seen him get tested to the point where he had to really show grit and heart. But he does seem like he's got some grit to him. He's got some decent hand speed, and he has to be durable. The reason why I say this is because he's a former sparring partner of Manny Pacquiao. Now, there is certainly the most important prerequisite to being a sparring partner for Manny Pacquiao is, I'm guessing, you got to be durable. All sparring partners should be durable, but a sparring partner for Manny Pacquiao, you really got to be able to take it, and you really got to be able to fight. If you notice, all the high-profile sparring partners that we know of that Manny Pacquiao had, they all eventually went on to become world champions or world titleists, such as Ray Beltran, Sean Porter, and now we got Kambosos trying to do the same thing. Now, moving on to Teofimo. Teofimo is undoubtedly the best lightweight in the world. His best win is probably against Nakatani, even though he gets the most credit for beating Lomachenko. The reason why I don't say it's Lomachenko is because Lomachenko's a featherweight. He's like half his size. Give me a break with that shit. But it is definitely the most popular win. It's definitely the win that he probably got the most credit for from fans, regardless of the fact that he was against a featherweight. I don't blame them. At the end of the day, that featherweight was the unified lightweight champion of the world. So, no, you could dispute if it's Nakatani or Lomachenko, but Teofimo is obviously a guy that's going to be moving up to 40 and eventually to 47, maybe even 54, way in the future. Time will tell. So what I'm trying to say is he's a big dude. This guy's big. He probably walks around at like 165, 170. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. He's jacked as fuck. strong as fuck. He's got real power punching ability, along with a great skill set, and he's definitely the sharpshooter in this fight. He's a sharpshooter in general. Beautiful sunset. Beautiful sunset. This shit doesn't do it justice. This camera definitely doesn't do any of this justice. So anyway, Teofimo, he is very versatile fighter. He's got a great jab. He's got great hand speed. He's mentally and physically both very tough. So, as tough as Kambosos thinks he is, the guy in front of him is just as tough, if anything. Now, style-wise, this fight benefits Teofimo. Because Kambosos comes at you in a straight line, even though he doesn't rush at you. He's still coming at you in a straight line. And he is always looking to make progress. He's always looking to land his hard punches. And that plays into the favor of Teofimo, because Teofimo's a true power puncher, and along with being a sharpshooter. So he's definitely going to be catching Kambosos with hard shots. You can bet on that. Teofimo is going to be landing some hard punches in this fight. And Kambosos, being the Spartan warrior that he is going to keep coming forward and keep trying to break Teofimo down. At least that's what I believe. Now, as far as the prediction is concerned, it may surprise some of you. A lot of people think Kambosos is going to get steamrolled and knocked out relatively early. And you know what? That might happen. However, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Kambosos is going to give a good fight, and I think he's going to hang in there for a bit. And I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up losing a decision. I don't think he's going to get blown away, but he will lose. So I am predicting a win for Teofimo, but I don't think it's going to be as impressive and as fast as most of the boxing world thinks. Old San Juan, for those of you that don't know, one of the first cities that Europeans built in the so-called New World, because as we all know, they didn't discover shit. This place was already here and people were living here. But yeah, this is one of, if not, the first one was Hispaniola in Dominican Republic, I believe. But after that, it's this place. This is the first city that the Europeans, specifically the Spanish, built. Or any European, actually, in the New World, the so-called New World. Even though it's the same age as every other place in the world. All these buildings here are like 500 years old. Don't let the new paint fool you. Well, there you have it, folks. I appreciate every one of you. Please like and subscribe, especially if you like my content. And we got some more exploring to do. We're going to take it up a notch, actually, in the next video. And I'll see you guys soon. You guys have a wonderful evening or day. And remember, keep living your best life, and keep a positive attitude always. You guys are, we're all filled with potential. It's just up to us to use it to the fullest. Have a good one, guys. God bless.